Hello and welcome into another edition of the Big O Show starring Orestes Destrade. Hey, buddy. We're in that Caracas.
Yeah, listen.
Venezuelan.
It's the season. Even though I wish it would be more green, I guess, because it is St. Patty's Day.
We should be more red, white, and blue. What the hell are we doing here?
I see. Listen, I am a global fan of baseball. Global.
You are that.
So I woke up this morning and looking at it, oh, shoot, Caracas made, not Caracas, but Venezuela made it. This was a very special gift to me a few years ago by a dear friend of mine who's from Venezuela, from Caracas. This is a winter ball jersey, by the way. Caracas.
You're an international man of mystery,
just
baby.
thought that, like I said, when I popped in at the end of the great JP Peterson show, don't really have a dog in the hunt here. And if anything, probably Team Japan, really kind of disappointed me.
Yeah, they did.
But they didn't have the pitching that they had back in 23, especially when you think back in 23 when Yu Darvish was throwing. You had a few other guys that were. Kenga was available.
Yeah,
these guys weren't available this year. I was a little surprised that my guy from the Cebu Lions, didn't peek into the WBC to represent Japan. How'd that look for you? Does that look good?
You're solo now, so I'm just
So the bottom line is that they kind of failed me, if you will.
Did.
And then my second pick in there was DR, and we know what happened. It's still being talked about, that incredible 2-1 game, JP. And
that was amazing.
It was a great game. I mean, if you're a baseball purist, that was a great game. And it showed again how strong pitching can overcome strong hitting, and on both sides, humongous superstars failed. I mean, this is the way you can't look at it any other way. I mentioned the 7 guys that came up short and wish they had their at bats again. I mean, we're talking second and third, 1 out, couple of situations, and guys like Judge, Schwarber, Ketel Marte, Machado. Then later on, ground ball double play by the richest player in the game in Juan Soto. Guerrero grounds to the pitcher. Machado strikes out.
They had their opportunities.
Oh, my God.
We could talk about that last strike to Perdomo, which probably wasn't a strike, but they had their opportunities.
They had major opportunities. And after scoring so many runs, Team USA has been a very streaky team. They've averaged over 7 or 8 runs a game.
But not great.
But they haven't been great. They've been streaky. They've scored 15 and then not scored. So they've
against the better competition. They haven't done much.
Yeah.
Offensively.
So, I mean, I still, if I was a betting man, I'm betting on Team USA. They're the better team on paper. They are going to throw the better starter today, even though McLean struggled against Italy and gave up a couple of jacks in that loss. Eduardo Rodriguez, who I'm a big fan of, because I got to know him when he pitched with the Boston Red Sox and during that heyday when we were playing them 19 times a year.
Right.
We played Boston so many times that I got to know a lot of the Boston players and talk to them and interview them. And he was one of my favorite guys and really, really sharp guy, crafty lefty. His best years are behind him. He's pitching now, obviously, for Arizona, but he struggled already in this WBC. He's got a 10 ERA. So this is a time for U.S. to jump out early, and then get the best of the young studs. So you're talking an uber veteran, crafty lefty against a whip of an arm for the New York Mets and McLean that could be vying himself for a Cy Young this year. I think he's that good. So if you get the right righty that we're expecting. Now, the catch to this whole WBC, and it really starts showing his head as you get into beyond the pool play and you're getting into the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, is how do you matriculate with, the pitches? It's not so much the everyday players. When you get down to the last game or two, you're throwing out the best guys that belong, other than flip-flopping the catchers, right? But you've got 2 studs in Smith. Obviously it'll be the big boy, the big dumper, Raleigh will be getting the start, but it's the pitching. And one advantage that we have to be glaringly look at is that Team USA had the day off. So
huge advantage.
It is a huge advantage because you can't throw guys back to back this early in March. So you had it been the other way around, and they had won that 2-1 game last night. Now you're not seeing Whitlock, you're not seeing Jax, you're not seeing Bednar, you're not seeing even Rogers, who only threw. Maybe you see Rogers because he threw 2 pitches, but you're not seeing Mason Miller. Those guys should be available.
That's a huge advantage.
You add Jeff Hoffman, who they just added to replace Kershaw, who is another hammer, even though he gave up that infamous home run to Miguel Rojas. I like Jeff Hoffman a lot, so you probably see Jeff Hoffman in this game. If the U.S. has it their way, you would see 3 to 4 innings. McLean has a 65 to 70 pitch count, so he should navigate through 4 innings with that. And then you get, hand the ball off to Hoffman, Rogers, a little bit of Whitlock, a little bit of Bednar has thrown 79 pitches in 4 outings already.
Yeah, he's had some high leverage situations.
He's had some high leverage situations.
Probably the 2 biggest high leverage situations in the 7th inning, in the quarters and the semis, and
twice.
Been on the ropes.
Yeah,
that came up big.
But that's the way he pitches. So.
Yeah,
he's kind of like that Armando Benitez type of a closer, or reliever. Gets himself a little bit of trouble and then has that nasty breaking pitch and a powerful fastball. But speaking of the Rays and how we're always centric to them, Griffin Jax will probably see some time. He's done such a masterful job. He gets outs. I really like him a lot.
Yeah,
I'm excited for him.
He got a big double play in that.
He got a huge double play, and he's a strike thrower and with movement. So, if I had to pick, I'd say USA should take this game, and not just take it, but they should win it handily. Because Rodriguez just isn't the same Rodriguez from way back in the day. So, you're not facing a Severino that found another, gauge in his arm because he's got it. He just hasn't. For some reason, he went over there to no longer Oakland, to the A's, and pitched very mediocre. And he's much better pitcher than he's pitched for the A's. And so he just found another gear, and that was a nasty pitcher to face. You're not facing that in this game, so they need to jump out early, jump out quick, get 3 or 4 runs on the veteran Eduardo, and then move on from there and just control the game. But it's been an interesting WBC, JP. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement. Upwards of 5 to 7 million people have watched the last couple of semifinal games. So huge success globally. The reason this was created was to open up baseball a la soccer, to other countries that, I heard Civarelli, the manager for Italy, talk about, like, when he was a kid in Venezuela, that when the World Cup came around, it made him go as a little kid, go get a soccer ball and just kick it around, just because it was so popular and so big. He was like, hey, what's this thing about soccer? So he's hoping that that's the case in places like Italy, obviously Australia, the Czech Republic, all these countries that normally baseball is not something they even think about. Now they're thinking about it, and maybe academies come around. And listen, the top sports in the world really is soccer and basketball.
The 2 global sports?
Global sports.
Yeah.
It's soccer and basketball.
Right.
Sans golf, because golf is played everywhere. But I'm talking about, really followed. And
you think baseball would be the 3rd?
I think baseball is inching its way up, still a distant 3rd. But this has helped baseball to be a presence, and people are definitely noticing it. I know one of their big appeals from the day one of this back in 2006 was China, because they really wanted to develop China vis-a-vis their entry of Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, and try to influence China to take on baseball and create academies, create an infrastructure of little leagues, and then hopefully get that Yao Ming type of a player to come out of China. Hasn't happened yet, but that's
big money there.
One of the impetuses I remember hearing back when I was covering, the WBC in 06 and 09.
There's a lot of money over there, but with that money comes influence.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Well, but I mean, Yao Ming was a success.
Oh, yeah. But
league success. NBA has made hundreds of millions of dollars from
they get billions
one
of dollars
player.
From China,
yeah. So
the Venezuelan lineup has been pretty poppy. They got Rise at the top.
Yeah.
He said 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 348. Eugenio Suarez got a home run over Italy.
Obviously, Acuna Jr.
Acuna Jr. had homers and win against Japan. Yeah. Willier Abreu. So they got a good.
They got a formidable lineup. It's not as strong as U.S. or DR's.
Jesus.
And it's in the top 4 teams that I said when this all started, and I said, listen, the teams to watch is U.S., Dominican Republic, Japan, and Venezuela. Venezuela did the unthinkable and upended Japan.
Yeah.
And then my 5th team in that mix was definitely not Italy.
Yeah.
It was Puerto Rico, and Italy upends Puerto Rico. So it's been pretty much.
Italy had they're up 2-1 last night. Had a chance to close it. But,
good game. Well played. The last, the semifinal games have been fantastic. When you look at, a 2-1 game, 4-2 game. So well pitched, well played. Finally, Venezuela broke through because they had plenty of opportunities earlier in the game. They came up short. Great job by Nola for Team Italy. Lorenzen came in, and I really like him a lot as a pitcher, and he just kind of didn't fizzle out, man. I don't even think that he pitched that bad. He got 2 outs in the 7th, and then it was just single. And, and with the speedy guys that Venezuela had on base, there comes Jackson Churios, there comes Rosarena. If there was one egregious, questionable play, was the decision by the shortstop on Acuna's ground ball to the hole to not try to get the force the runner at second, which is Jackson Churios, who also flies. That would have been a bang play at second. I still think he probably would have been safe. The run still would have scored, but there was 2 outs, and he chose to try to get Acuna Jr., who even with multiple ACL surgeries, one on each leg, still flies. And he just threw like a 4-hopper to first. There was no chance to get Acuna. There was a slim chance to go and try to get the guy Churios at second. I still think Churios would. So it was one of these kind of like CNI hits. Obviously, you mentioned Araez, and he came up again, clutch, base hit to left center. It was just one of those games that Venezuela finally put together, and then their 3 hammers closed out the game. Bringing up the 3 hammers, closing out the game with Valencia at the end. Those guys will not be available. And again, because of the fact that in the WBC, you're also matriculating through pitch count and back-to-back days, U.S. has the advantage here because you have guys like Whitlock. He's thrown 3 times, 43 pitches, should be available. Bednar has been used a lot. You mentioned 79 pitches 4 times. Miller twice, 40 pitches.
Should they have an off day before the final?
I mean,
obviously the U.S. would get 2 off days, but
at this point, yes. I mean, this is where you get tricky.
You should either play the 2 semifinal games back to back,
right?
So nobody has an advantage. Skip a day, do the final,
right?
But of course, that's a money thing.
It's a money thing, and also, do you realize that we're sitting here a week from the season starting?
Yeah, whatever. 162 games.
Yeah. So,
I don't give a rat's ass about how this upsets spring training, to be quite honest. Spring training games
it's the regular season. Those games count.
I know.
The first game, it's one of those deals we haven't had in several years.
Well, you're still a week away.
Yeah, you're a week away. So, it's a tricky thing. I think that we talked about it, in your show. Brody Brazil did come out with an interesting post as far as like maybe they should play the first pool and the quarters, shorten, this instead of making it an 11-day thing, you could do that within a week.
Yeah.
And then have the final 4 set, and every 3 years you just don't have an all-star game.
I'm for that.
Which, I tell you what,
that's a great idea.
If you miss an all-star game, are you upset?
No.
Really?
No.
Nobody
cares about the all-star games.
Nobody really cares
anymore.
about. Yeah. The only thing that you care about the all-star game is the home run hitting contest.
The NHL substituted 4 nations, which would be very similar to this.
Right.
And that was a freaking phenomenal success.
A home run.
Yeah. So 4 teams in that.
Yeah.
4 teams in this.
Yeah.
Go semifinals, off day, finals. Oh my God.
And it was a success, wasn't it?
Be huge.
Yeah, that's when Canada beat
huge.
US, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You freaking, that would be absolutely incredible.
I think that's probably going to come up even in the CBA, even though the CBA is clouded with, so many other important things, dare I say, salary cap. But
this we know. That would be more money, more television revenue. And whenever more eyes, whenever it comes to that wins.
And you would get the true competition because when the hockey does it, these guys are in mid-season form.
Right.
So would be, the deal.
I'd love it.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting thought,
And let's start within 2029 and have it at our new facility here in Tampa.
If we can rush that, holy cow,
Speaking of that,
where are we, man?
Update.
Give a latest
stadium update.
By JP.
We had Ken Babby on a couple of weeks ago, and then Ken Hagan on last week. And Ken, the biggest thing that came out of that interview was he said they're value engineering the deal right now. So it's $2.3 billion. The roof is a big kind of sticking point. They may have to redesign the roof. I think the roof that they wanted to do with the very SoFi Stadium type is going to be more expensive. So they're going back and forth on whether that's going to be the roof. They could do a truss roof, which is very much similar to what they did in Texas. Yeah. Be cheaper and better, frankly. Right. And so I think that might be what they end up doing, which is fine with me. I mean, I'm not married to that rendering that we had. It looks beautiful, but whatever. There's still these indoor stadiums that they're building are beautiful, like the one in Miami. I mean, I know it's retractable and but that's beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous.
So, but you still have a lot of light coming in.
So there's more of an engineering scenario than a financial.
Yeah, there's a lot of fear mongering going on right now with the Times. The stuff that they're putting out is just bananas. Here's what I'll tell you. And in that story from the Times that raised all these, fear mongering things about the roof and it being more expensive, the last line in the story, last 2 lines in quotes are the money quotes, and they're buried at the end. And this is from Alan Clendenin, who is on the TSA authority and also city council. So a guy that knows more about this than probably anybody. And he said the Rays are responsible for the overages of the cost, right, of the roof and everything. So, of course, they're going to do what they need to do to be able to get this thing as close to budget as they can.
Correct.
Because every dollar they spend is coming out of their pocket, not the taxpayers.
Right.
And then he said it's in the final hours of negotiating. He said, I believe based on the data that I'm privileged to see, everything is looking like it's pointed in the right direction. And it's a deal that we can reach. But of course, until the last document slides across my desk and I see the last I dotted and T crossed, I can't say 100%.
Those are major words.
Some major words. Those are major words. So all these headlines and all the fear mongering and no money, all
Shouldn't
this.
that be at the beginning?
Should be in the headline.
The headline.
Yeah, but why do positive stuff on the stadium?
Why spin it positively?
Why spin it positively when you can have all this fear mongering and get your clicks? So that's the money quote. It looks good.
Right.
And again, I think it's going to get done, and hopefully it'll be done in the next couple of weeks or in the final hours of negotiating. It will be announced. It looks like from, the political people that look like this, the county vote looks like it's going to be 5-2 to approve.
Sure.
The city vote looks like it's 4-3 to approve, but when it's 4-3, it can go either way.
It could go either way.
So I just don't think that there's enough. I just think you don't want to be that vote.
Yeah, it's a lot of push.
The Rays out of town.
It's a lot of push towards, are you going to be that vote?
Yeah, well, and I think it's Nia Young on the city council that nobody really knows if she's yay or nay. And I could just how would you want? And I think it's her first time on the council.
I'm going to take Nia out to lunch sometime.
Come on,
talk to her a little bit. Come on, Nia. You know this is right.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like I wouldn't want to be the person known as the dissenting vote that sent the Rays to Orlando or Nashville or wherever.
Wow, Nashville.
That would be. I don't think you want that on your resume. That's not strong arming anybody here. I'm just pointing out the
not at all. It's just you don't want to be that vote.
I don't think you do. I don't think if you want to hit a future in politics, probably not. I might, and many of your opponents might bring that up from time to time.
Listen, it's got to be judiciously.
It's got to be
right, and looked at, and the numbers come back to where, wow, this is a heck of a lot of money. But here's the quid pro quo, and here's what's coming back. Here's what the projections are. Multiple projections that show over a 10, 20, 30 period of time, the tax dollars comes back, to us. And the growth is exponential.
And just the constant refrain that you see in terms of the negativity is, oh, we got so many other problems to spend our money on. And what you have to understand is this money is not going to be produced if you don't build it.
Correct.
Like right now, that site is a drain on the city and county treasuries. And the Hillsborough College needs $70 million.
There's no future of it's
the status quo has no future.
Right.
Drew Park has been a CRA for 20 years and
gas plant where
they're
planning to do something regardless.
That's super valuable land.
Yeah, with or without a stadium.
This land is not valuable unless you build what you're going to build on it, and you can't make it valuable unless you're bringing an asset like the Rays that's going to
that's the key.
Bring 9 to 10 million people to your area every year.
Yeah, there's not a huge conglomerate coming in and going, okay, well, we'll take it over and we're going to build this thing and spruce up the college.
Yeah, nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that.
So the college is being moved and they're building a new campus. Yeah. Everything, including the tennis facility, is going to be
been a lot of talk about that.
Bigger.
Everybody wants to protect the tennis. Tennis is a big sport. Don't
it's
dog
huge.
Tennis.
Yeah, there's not thousands of empty tennis courts in Tampa Bay, but be that as it may, that's moving to Al Lopez Park and will be bigger and better.
Right.
But of course, that's not the headline in the Times. It's like game, set, match. Tennis Center will be moved because of the big bad Rays.
Where's Billie Jean King? Where's Billie Jean King right now coming out and
make this stuff up
and fighting for
tennis? Yeah. So if not for this $8 to $10 billion investment by these owners, you don't get back any of that property tax revenue or any of that excise, that TIF tax revenue that is generated by the bars and restaurants in that area. So it's basically user fees and money. And now, the sits tax and the hotel tax, those are also taxes that will be used for this as well. So again, Clendenin says it looks good.
Yeah.
He knows more about it than anybody. We could talk to numbers till we're blue in the face.
Sure.
But that's all you need to know.
That's the most recent report and positive.
Just boiling it all down.
Yeah.
And that looks good. So we'll move on and hopefully, but to the WBC, it's, if this thing is ready in 29.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Miami has a stranglehold on it, and they've done a great job with it. But why wouldn't you want to move it to a new facility that you want to give a little back to the taxpayers?
No doubt, because it's a brand new stadium. There'll be a lot of excitement around it. Obviously, all the other infrastructure won't be in place, but
no, a lot of it will.
A good chunk of it, you think, by 29?
I would think if you're going to do the development, you want to build the ballpark village.
Yeah,
the stadium.
But first. I'm talking about all the high-rise hotels.
Yeah, not everything.
No. Not everything.
But I think you'd have a hotel.
You'll have a hotel, and you have a village, and you have enough infrastructure to make it super fun on the heels of a national championship that's coming.
Yeah.
To
By the way, which you have none of in Miami around the stadium.
No.
There's nothing.
Oh no. There's no. Dude, I was all up in that 2023. WBC, and it was in and out. There was no.
Was it easy to get in and out of?
It's not hard to get in and out of there. And all those games were 35, 40,000 people. It's not complicated to get in and out. There's multiple thoroughfares to get in and out. It's not that. It's just that there's nothing you have to just get in and out.
Well, and I was just thinking in terms of WBC, if it was here, we have all these other stadiums that you could use as well.
Yeah.
For, maybe other types of international tournaments, 18 and under, or, that type of, if Tropicana Field, that would be, if you needed to use that, for games, if there were other, however you want to do the schedule, might be able to bring everybody together in a more concentric way.
That's an interesting thought.
Think about that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting thought, actually, because, the logistic scenario right now does affect the brackets, because you have, Asia, and you have not so much, it's mainly the Asia bracket. So if you could kind of bring that in, and just have it closer to
before you pull the plug on Tropicana Field, you could do a little dual.
You could do something like that.
Dual thing,
yeah.
Interesting. So that's for the future. Let's talk about the Rays today.
Yeah.
They're playing the Yankees, by the way, today. And Junior called Cashy and said, "Hey, I want in. On,
Did he really?
Yeah, you want to come get back? Yeah, so he's in today. Batting lineup today for the Rays, maybe very much like maybe the opening day lineup.
Other than the leadoff, I don't see Yandy.
No, I don't think so. Today they got Yandy. Yeah, maybe not. This might not be the lineup.
I think you would have one other person in head, but the rest of it would flow.
Yandy,
number 2.
Aranda in the 2-hole, Caminero in the 3-hole, Mullins batting cleanup today. Fraley, Lux.
Yeah, this is actually
Williamson at short and DeLuca in left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put Chandler Simpson in left and put him at the top.
Yeah, I would put Chandler Simpson at the top and left.
And that could be your
with the Yankees throwing because the Yankees throwing the kid Warren, who just came off throwing like 6 innings recently. Yeah. So he's stretching himself way out. So he's looking good this spring, actually. Will Warren. So yeah, I would have Chandler leading off, and then you just keep it exactly the way it is. Diaz, Aranda, Caminero, Mullins, Fraley. You have a righty starting, so you go heavy lefty. So you go lefty Mullins, lefty Fraley, lefty Lux, lefty Fiducia, and then whoever's at short. And oh, by the way, as we get to that name starting today at short, he's been starting at short. Not a lot, but here and there. And that is Ben Williamson, who's having himself a 375 spring.
What does that tell you?
I'm intrigued. I'm thoroughly intrigued what's going on with Ben Williamson. There's something going on. Number one, he's making this team.
Well, that's news.
In my book, he's won himself a role in this team. He would have to get injured to not make this team, because he's really shown diversity. He could stick him at second, short, third. That's huge, man. That's Ben Zobrist-esque. You know what I mean? To have that type of versatility with pop. And he's showing that he's came in probably 15, 20 pounds stronger.
He's yoked. Dare I say.
So is he your starting shortstop? If I had to bet right now today, no, it's going to be Taylor Walls. The odd man out seems to be Carson Williams. And the thing about Carson Williams is that if he's not starting,
he needs to be at Durham.
He's going to be at Durham. If he's not starting,
Taylor can be the utility guy.
Taylor could be the utility guy, or
Williamson's your utility guy.
Some I don't know, some tough righties. Then maybe you use the switch hitting Walls. I don't know, but that would be the combination at short with Gavin Lux fully healthy, holding down second pretty regularly. Maybe sans some super nasty lefties. The Garrett Crochet, the Tarek Schoolballs of the world. Why throw them to the wolves like that? Then you start a Ben Williamson, against some nasty lefties, because Gavin Williams hits lefty. But other than that, this is pretty much the lineup, brother. Fiducia's a left-handed hitter.
Yeah.
Fortes, who, by the way, hit a home run yesterday, he's having himself a nice offensive spring. Everybody's worrying about, our
catcher position.
Our catcher position. Fiducia's hitting nada. I think he's got one jack or two, but he's hitting 087. He's not exactly swinging the bat at the greatest.
Nope.
But
nope.
But that's your tandem at catcher. As we say in Spanish, punto y aparte. That means point, finish.
That's it.
That's your guys. Lefty righty tandem. And then, you go with this lineup. The key to the lineup is going to be what's in the lineup right now as 1 through 5. Actually, 1 through 5, yeah. And that is Diaz, Aranda, Caminero, Mullins, Fraley. That's your thumpers.
Yeah. Fraley's having a great spring, 444 and a 1241 OPS.
And Mullins is having a good spring.
1042 OPS, 333. Yeah.
So these guys they came to play. Fraley's, talk about yoked also, bro. Fraley's yoked, hell of a right fielder, really good outfielder, aggressive, dives. He's crazy, goes in the walls, and has a rocket of an arm. So he's a preeminent right fielder. His problem is lefties. Mullins, it can be too. Mullins is one of those rare ones that I'll tell you that is really unique. Having, I was a switch hitter for 15 years, 20 years if you count amateur ball. To switch, to struggle so much from the right side, to then a few years ago say, I'm just giving up on the right side, is a massive commitment, because you've never seen left-handed pitching, lefty.
Right.
So I'm telling you, it's a totally different animal than giving up on the left side and going righty, because when you're growing up, who's throwing to you? BP as a coach.
It's right-handed.
Right-handed.
All the time, yeah.
All the time. So even righty, your eyesight, you're used to it. It's not the case.
Lefty.
You have to kind of completely convince yourself physically and mentally, let me stay in on these major league breaking pitches. He's done that. He's a true left-handed hitter now. Cedric Mullin gave up on right-handed hitting a few years ago. So I'm not so concerned about him against the tough lefties. I am with Fraley, but that's where maybe
mix and match.
You mix and match.
Yeah.
Pitching staff, really nice job by Shane McClanahan a couple days ago.
Oh, that was so encouraging.
Nice, encouraging.
7 Ks.
Third start. He just felt comfortable. 7 Ks, stretched himself out.
Like 10 swing and miss.
Yeah. Almost gave a jack to his boy, Brandon Lau, but it went foul. Then he struck him out in an ABS call. That was sweet. It was like it looked like, I think it was a 3-2 pitch, and it was like, boom, ABS, see ya. And so he's looking nice. If he could stay nice, man, and give us that 150 innings, 11 and 5,
it's a season changer.
Now you go. Your hammer still is Drew Rasmussen. Ryan Pepio's throwing today.
Yeah,
those are your 3 hammers that I'll put them up against pretty much any 1, 2, 3 if they're right.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's 4 or 5 that I'm very concerned with.
Right.
And it did not show real well last night or yesterday afternoon.
Concerned with the allocation of money. Like when we signed Nick Martinez, 1 year, $13 million, I was like, what the F are we doing?
It was a lot.
He's the highest paid player on this team.
Surprising.
And you said, guys see that.
Yeah.
They see that. And they look at do they look at Neander sideways when he walks through the club? I don't know.
Listen, this is a speculative signing at best.
Yes.
In the sense that they did some studies. They looked at him as a pitcher at 35 years old, and what they're hoping to get is a guy that starts 32 games, doesn't have a truncated season because of injuries, and can hopefully, be around that 4.42 ERA and win 10 or 11 games. If they can get that from him, and he's like 11-8 with a 4 ERA, then I'm okay with it. But if you're getting what we saw a little bit of yesterday, 4 innings, 7 hits, 7 earned runs, you could just crumble that up as the great Joe Magic Madden used to do, and you go like crumble that up and throw it out. But what you're needing to get from that $13 million, because that's a commitment and a half for the Rays.
Yeah,
this isn't, the New York Mets saying, "Hey, we just added another pitcher for $13 million." These are the Tampa Bay Rays adding a $13 million pitcher on the heels of adding Steven Matz, 2-year, $15 million, 7.5 a year. Your 4-5 are worth $20 million this season
on a payroll that's just over 100. That's 1/5 of your payroll.
Yeah.
For a 4-5 starters, guys that you frankly could have replaced with younger players, cheaper players, the Ian Seymours and Joe Boyles.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't get it.
I think they wanted veterans. They have so much youth. Even when you look at Rasmussen, the 1, 2, 3, McClanahan and Pepio, they're still young in the nature of veteran level of play. Especially Matt's having pitched, in New York, having pitched in Boston. These guys have been through the wars.
And the words Martinez is great in the clubhouse, and Tito Francona told Cash that,
and that's important,
and just really, really was effusive about this praise.
But it's only important if he starts 32 games.
Exactly.
Right.
And Zach Littell was out there.
Zach Littell
for half the price.
At half the price, signed a $7 million deal with the lowly Washington Nationals. A guy that had 183 innings last year. A guy that had been successful for the Rays just last year, and I don't know if his going away comment kind of soured the team on wanting to bring him back.
It shouldn't have.
I don't think it should have.
It shouldn't have.
That was a weird one that for the last several months you and I have been like, well, Zach Littell's still out there. And then all of a sudden Nick Martinez got picked.
But nobody else wanted him either. That's which is weird.
Nobody else wanted him too. It's very weird.
I
mean, he was he just signed last week
for $7 million.
Yeah, and
his numbers are way better than Nick Martinez.
This is a guy that does, at 30 years old compared to 35, should give you 180 innings, should give you that 28 to 30 starts. It was very weird, but if we get what they're hoping, which is 30 starts, be around hovering a little over 4 ERA, give you double-digit wins, give you some veteran leadership, then it's justified. Steven Matt's still curious. I've said it since the moment they signed him, because the moment they signed him, they said, no, he's not going to be a reliever. He has established himself the last couple of years as a solid lefty reliever. Mind you, we got a kid by the name of Garrett Clevenger who's a whip. How good a whip is he? He's on Team USA.
Yeah.
That's how good. And by the way, you'll probably see him tonight.
Yeah, you will definitely.
You'll see him tonight. Yeah. Because he needs to get some work anyway. So you'll probably see him tonight throw an inning. Love that kid. We don't have that many. Tell me some other formidable lefties we have. We have a shitload of nasty righties on this bullpen.
Huge. He's going to be huge for us.
So having Matt in that bullpen, I thought made more sense. But they know certain things sometimes. I will say, when it comes to pitching,
they know what they're doing.
I stopped a long time ago trying to figure out what they're doing.
This looks like a glaring miscalculation on so many levels, but normally it works out great.
I will say there is a guru.
They know a hell of a lot more
behind that, along with Eric Neander, and that's Kyle Snyder, who is he really is kind of like the grasshopper. If you can take the
that's why it's weird. That's why you're hesitant you're hesitant to criticize them, because they're usually right. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they know a hell of a lot more than us about Zach Littell and all these guys.
The good thing is,
but they're not always right.
Right. The good thing is that the 4-5 could be slotted in with the aforementioned guys that you talked about.
Yeah.
Joe Boyle is ready to start.
Monetary
Seymour is ready to start. No, but I'm saying beyond the monetary standpoint, if something happens, then, they're figuring that they're going to get veteran starts from these guys. 4 ERA, give me 28, 20, 30 starts. They're not getting that. You have these two kids that are ready to go, that they're probably going to be using out of the pen, spot starting here and there. Remember, you're still going to baby. I hate to use the word baby, but you're going to be delicate with Shane McClanahan. Maybe skip him a start every now and then.
And Drew, too. Yeah, Drew's not pitching 200 innings.
He's not pitching 200, but he should be getting up to 180.
You think he's going to go into the 6th and 7th this year?
I think he's going to go into the 6th.
But not.
I don't know if he'll go into 7th if he's cruising. But he should jump from being a 5-inning pitcher to a 6-inning pitcher this year. And if you're cruising, I'm jumping you into the 7th.
All right, I need a steak right now.
Yeah, buddy.
I need to go to Texas Roadhouse.
You feel it, man.
Chapel. So every time we do these shows, it's about 1:16. I haven't eaten lunch.
And I'm going to say something before you comment on another thing. I know this has been a tough day for you, because more so than even for me, I'm feeling for the community, because we know these guys. But the loss of David White and then obviously
Rex Culpepper.
So I can see how you need yourself a beer and a steak right now.
I do need some comfort food. Yeah, and our hearts and prayers going out to the Culpepper family, man, and the David White's family. David White, longtime coach in the area, was a McDonald's All-American basketball player at Boca Ciega High, one of the biggest recruits ever for Florida State. And we had Coach Z on my show talking about him and his great family. And his service will be on Saturday. And then Rex Culpepper of the Culpepper family,
28 years old,
great kid, born same year as my son. And just
devastating.
Yeah.
We send our hearts.
It's been hard to find the energy for the shows today, but that's the least of our worries.
Exactly.
Those
I appreciate you though.
Those guys are, taken way too soon in life, and tough day. But as we mentioned, our sponsors here, Texas Roadhouse, Wesley Chapel. If you're looking for a comfort, as we said, go spend some time with your family. That's a great place to spend time with your family. Have a great meal.
Do that. Great
family atmosphere.
Great service, comfort food at a comfortable price, and I can't say enough about that place. Not only are they supportive of Fan Street Sports and the Big O Show, but they're just supportive of the community. Tyler Hamilton, when you go there, just mention and ask, hey, is Tyler here? Because usually he's there and doing a million things.
Yeah,
he's a great owner and a great service staff that they have, and a great meal.
Also, Murphy Auto Group in Kingmakers Tampa. KingmakersTampa.com is the club that we are in right now. It is a private club right here in Midtown Tampa, and they have a office sharing plan here. Private offices, shared offices. We have a sports bar and to watch games here that you can rent out. This beautiful studio here for your use. We have a golf simulator. It's all part of the Kingmakers Tampa deal. So check that out on the web. And Murphy Auto Group, which happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Mm-hmm. If you wear green and buy green, you could save $1,500 at Genesis of Tampa today. They're giving away a trip to Ireland.
Yeah, about it.
So how about that?
Play a little golf over there.
Yeah, so great things going on at Genesis of Tampa. You're thinking about a new car or a gently used car. They got great deals over there. The Genesis luxury technology value is unmatched in my mind. So check out the great folks
right in the
Genesis
corner of Barris and Nebraska. The Murphy Auto Group is one of the best young companies in all of Tampa Bay and beyond, because they're also, if you're in the Haines City, close to Orlando,
that's correct.
Pop into Miracle Toyota, which is also part of the family of the Murphy Auto Group, and they're also doing their Be Green and Save Green day today with the today being. Are you part Irish a little bit?
My first wife was Irish.
Okay.
So my children are very Irish.
There you go.
We have great, I spent a lot of time in Ireland. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful people, wonderful people.
Right.
I don't know what happened to my ex-wife.
Put out two good kids, though.
Absolutely.
You just was with your daughter. Tell me your daughter's name.
Yes, Shay.
Yeah, so Shay was just in touch. Talk about an Irish name.
Yeah, Shay and Cullen. Shay and Cullen, two great Irish names.
Cullen, those are two great Irish names.
No, okay, love the Irish people who absolutely laugh their ass off the way we say.
She was on your deal this weekend. Give me 60 seconds of how that went.
So we did the St. Patrick's Day parade with the Rough Riders.
Yeah,
which was awesome. They invited me out.
Got the bees right behind you there.
Yes, honored me as a community hero, which I really, really appreciate. But
that's super sweet.
I'm, I was embarrassed because the Grand Marshal was the great Titus O'Neill. And the other
he's very Irish too, by the way.
Of course. Oh, Titus O'Neill.
He looks like a leprechaun. I love Titus, man.
He's the best. The Rough Riders were fantastic, and they it was just such a fun deal, and being able to go through the parade and hand out the beats with my daughter, it was just absolutely phenomenal. And everybody was wearing green, and the river was green, and it was super fun. So thanks to the Rough Riders who do such a great job in the community. And General Fenlon was there as well, and he another big deal. I was not the big deal. Like, people are like, "Who are you?" Throwing out beads. They were supposed to have a picture and a sign on my car, and they didn't. So
the people are like, "Yeah."
There's a few JPs out there. JP,
the Petermans.
But the Petermans were out there. But yeah, whatever. It was just I was honored. It was fantastic, and we had a great time.
That's super
thank
cool.
you for pointing that out. All right, we got a couple comments coming in. if you'd like to jump in here.
What do we got?
Alejandro Noriega says, with Team Venezuela versus Team USA, good matchup. What's the likelihood that Acuna Jr. hits a couple of homers if there's a possible upset of Team USA?
Listen,
what a player.
What a player. High energy. Just his bat speed is phenomenal. His approach to the plate. One of the things that I love as far as the X's and O's, if I can break something down right now, is not only can he pull the ball, but he's really, really good with power to the opposite field. So you saw that, leading off the game against Japan when he took Yamamoto out to right center. So he's just honestly, I wish, and I'm sure he does, as many Braves fans wished and Venezuelan fans, that he didn't get clipped twice with 2 knee injuries that have kind of shortened his greatness. In fact, those new 2 knee injuries have arguably kept him from being also a 50-50, because I think he is, a 50-50 type of a hitter. The Braves are shutting him down from running as much. I don't think you're going to see him try to steal 50 bases. Can he hit 50 homers? Hands down.
Yeah.
He is that incredible. What I want to see is multiple years where he plays 150 games a year and see what he can do, because this guy is one of the top 5 all-around best players in the game. I don't think, we've been on Soto, Ohtani, Raleigh, Schwarber, Judge for the last several years. Right now, you just forget what this guy is.
Yeah.
And if he has that 150 game clip for this year, and that, let me not go into next year because of the problems, but I'd love to see 150. If he plays 150 games, watch out, because he is arguably the most electrifying baseball player on the planet. That being said, it's going to be a great matchup, and it's an NL East matchup between the stud McLean and the stud Acuna right off the top. So
right.
Can Senor Noriega, can he make a difference? 100%. You got to nullify him. But they do have quite a few other bats in that lineup. You got to be careful. Arias could drop a 4-hit game on you, and he's clutch with runners in scoring position. So
he's had a couple home runs too.
He's had a couple of surprising home runs, and he's not a home run hitter, obviously, as we all know. Eugenio Suarez is the prototypical swing and miss guy, but when he connects, it goes 450 feet.
Yeah.
So there's some power in that lineup. You Boston Red Sox fans, Abreu, love that little ball player, man. He is a whip with a really strong, not very tall, but his swing is powerful, and an incredible right fielder. One of the things that I'll tell you about Team Venezuela that I think plays very well in what we've seen in the last 2 games, which are 4-2 and 2-1 games, they arguably have the best defense in the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, they are stoked. They got Tovar at short, Gold Glove winner, all around. Abreu Gold Glove winner, Acuna is a gold. They are so talented defensively that they can nullify a game also, not just from pitching and hitting, but from their defense. So,
what do you think the crowd will be like?
The crowd's going to be arguably the loudest crowd in the history of Lone Depot Ballpark.
You think?
I don't think. I know.
Is that Venezuela or USA?
Both.
Yeah.
That's why it's going to be the loud. So I was in the largest crowd that I ever witnessed at that ballpark in 2023 when it was Japan, US.
Right.
And it was 40, little shy of 40,000 fans. I'd say 10 to 15 were Japanese. They came out of the woodworks for that game. 25,000 were American, but it was loud as shit.
But Venezuela tonight, we'll pack them in.
Bro, it's going to be 50-50.
Yeah.
Maybe 60-40.
Yeah.
Team Venezuela. You have no idea. Do you really realize how many Venezuelans live in South Florida?
No, I have no idea. No idea.
Ay, mi Dios.
Well,
they've taken over Miami.
Really?
Oh.
Because they had to leave their country.
So over the last 5-6 years, they have taken over Miami.
Yeah.
lower middle class, upper middle class, rich.
Yeah.
They're all there.
They're all there.
So it's been us Cubans. I mean, I go back and I talk to my older brother who's never left Miami. Yeah. He's a Miami Cuban, right? Came from Cuba, settled in Miami. Goes, I'm never leaving Miami. I love Miami. He doesn't talk like that. He's a lawyer and speaks better English than I do. But he's like, bro, they came in heavy. They came in hard. They came in hard.
Hard and heavy.
They came in hard, bro. Well, so Venezuela, that game is interesting. You mentioned that. Maybe the loudest game in the history of the WBC.
Well, USA fans better show up.
They need to show up.
And the players better.
They need to show up.
They need to bring a little bit more juice than they have.
I think though it wouldn't have happened because of the brackets. If it would have been a DR USA finals, it could have been challenged. Even though the USA DR finals was huge,
that
right?
Was huge. Yeah.
But no.
Those tickets were going for $5,000 a piece.
Yeah. There's more Venezuelans in South Florida than there are Dominicans.
Alejandro also said, what a story Jake Fraley is, because we originally drafted him, was in our minor league system, traded him to Seattle for Zunino, who was the best catcher in franchise history.
University of Florida.
Extend him. Let's give it a bit. Let's give
Fraley. Extend? The question is to extend Fraley?
Yeah,
no, my friend.
Let's see what he's got first.
You do realize that they released him and then re-signed him.
I know.
I'm not talking about when they drafted him. I'm saying they traded him away, brought him back. They've always liked him. No, you're not extending that guy just yet.
No. Well, give it a little bit of time.
That's a little bit of time, but they did sign him for $3 million, and I think he could arguably be one of the best money, play for pay player in all the major leagues. If he does what I think he can do, he could be a 25, 80 RBI guy. And that changes, when we were talking a little bit ago about the lineup, that changes this lineup completely if Fraley has the type of year that he potentially could have, because it just stretches out your power and you go Diaz, Aranda, Caminero, Mullins, Fraley. Now you have a murderer's row, especially against any righty in the big leagues. The lefties really command a different scenario to that lineup. That's going to be the ticket. If you're going to watch the season in totality, is how we do against tough mid to great lefties starters throughout the season.
Yeah.
He and I on that, because we got to be able to match up and do some damage with that.
Well, JC Escada for the Yankees has them on the board. Hit a bomb of a home run off of Pepio, 438 feet.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
To right field. It was a bomb.
Talk about a great story. Most of us already that follow our channel probably know about the JC Escada show. This kid was driving an Uber just a year and a half ago.
Incredible story.
And so wonderful. And being a teacher. I love this kid. He worked out at a center that I know very well down in Miami for many winters. So happy to see
How about
that.
Yeah. Pepio's got 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, and no Ks yet.
Yeah, keep an eye on Will Warren this year.
Yeah, you like him?
Warren, I like him a lot. I think he's 26 years old. He already got the taste of the major leagues, and got that under his belt. A little bit of postseason play the last couple of years, but predominantly last year because he was just up for a little bit in 24. But this kid has a world of talent, so he's going to be an interesting factor for the Yankees, who are trying to also figure it out, because if they don't get a healthy Rodon and Garrett Cole, they're in a shitload of trouble.
They need pitching.
Yeah. So these 2 young arms like Cam and Will need to be the equalizers for them.
All right, so that's what's going on today. The Yankees leading the Rays 1-0, bottom of the second down there in Port Charlotte in spring training.
Who do you got tonight?
USA.
You got USA with that?
Of course, yeah. I'll be rooting for the USA tonight. Yeah, absolutely.
You're such a good American.
Of course I am. Yeah. I still have a hard time pulling for DeRosa, but is what it is. Is what it is.
I just wonder You think
don't interview him during the game?
You think that Trump might be umpiring behind home plate in this game with the USA Venezuela?
Well, he already got that.
There's a little bit of a tie in there with the recent Venezuela.
Maduro. I know who's not going to be there. Maduro.
you don't think he might have asked to be to be brought down?
They probably let him watch it on TV. I think. Maybe.
Yeah. But maybe bring him down to Miami.
I just last time it was
Shackles.
Last time
and present him to the Venezuelan fans, the 20,000 Venezuelan fans that'll be in attendance.
I think it would be warmly received. I
don't think so.
No.
Throw out the first ball in Shackles, kind of like Viva Venezuela.
He would not make it to the mound. I don't think.
I think you can throw a first pitch in Shackles. I think it's. What do you think? You got to send this clip to Timmy Hamon. You're like, throwing out the first pitch.
Be like a
former dictator president.
Be like a perp walk.
Maduro.
Like a perp, like walk him out, walk him around. I mean,
we can have him throwing out the first pitch for Venezuela, and then P. Diddy throwing out the first pitch for the United States.
Sure, why not? Why not? Just if USA wins tonight, don't call the dugout or the locker room or dressing whatever.
Oh my God!
Don't call the clubhouse prez. Let's just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Let them celebrate.
I think they'll win, and I think they'll win fairly big. I think it'll be 6-3 US.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks again to Texas Roadhouse, Wesley Chapel. Go there, have a steak, have a chicken. Have some pasta, whatever. Great place to watch the game tonight.
It
too.
is a great place to watch the game, actually. So don't miss it out. Comfort food at a comfortable price.
And don't forget to get down to Murphy Auto Group today on St. Patrick's Day. Wear green, save green, buy green too. You get a whole lot of discounts if you do all that green stuff at Genesis of Tampa today. Have a great day, everybody. What is it? That one thing hold on. I got to get the music going for you.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. The ouch.
Yeah, buddy. Come on now.
Stay tonight.
Stay verde, tropical y tranquilo. Tranquilo, tropical, and stay verde. Verde means stay green today, baby.